Welcome back to another edition of the Educational Forum live on Vision TV with me, SAIDOU JALLOW. As always, we bring you about issues which are concerning on education. So today, the Gambia College Students Union are about to go for an elections on the 21st of this month, that is next Monday. So joining me is some of their aspiring president, as it is important for all students of the Gambia College to know what are the visions of their leaders they are going to elect. So joining me are two of the aspiring president, whom I will allow to introduce themselves before we get to the main focus. Gentlemen, you are welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Saidou. I am Muhammad Mbalo, final year student at the Gambia College, pursuing my advanced diploma secondary on business management and financial accounting as courses. Here today vying for the portfolio of the presidency in the Gambia College Student Union.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Mbalo.
Yes, gentlemen.
Yes, good evening to you all, and thank you for inviting us here, and good evening viewers as well. My name is Alassane Jallow. I'm a student of Gambia College, and on the advanced diploma secondary, and I am majoring in English and science. Yeah, I'm vying for the position of the presidency, that is the main union, Gambia College Student Union, under the team visionaries, lead for better Gambia College. Yes.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Jallow. Thank you both of you for the present. We are elated to have you here. So, Mr. Jallow,
yes.
As you guys are coming for an election, can you give us some of your slogans that you have?
I have a team called the Visionaries, and our slogan is Lead for Better Gambia College. Okay. Yes. Before I will talk about what I have for the student is, I was at the college from 2014 to 2017. Okay. Yeah, so the college is not new to my side. So meaning, I know the problems that are affecting Gambia College students. So that is one of the things that motivated me to be a leader in the Gambia College. And I am also a cluster trainer under the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. I train teachers handling lower basic schools on Jollyphonic. Yeah, Jollyphonic is about helping children to be able to read and write. And also, I also train teachers to teach children on how to read plural books. Okay. And also, I was also a deputy head teacher for 2 years at Kubandar Lower Basic School, that's Region 3. Okay. Yes, and I was also an acting head teacher for 3 months. So then I applied to Gambia College and I was shortlisted, and then I was enrolled. So that was the reason I stopped the acting. Yes, and here I find myself now. Okay. Yes, sir.
So can we have some of your policies? What are your policies as well?
Yes, in my team we believe in plans. So we have what we call action plan. All the executives in the team have their own action plan. Both the president of the last person, we both have our action plan. Meaning we have something for the student. That is our action plan. Okay. Now the things we have for the students, we divide them into 3 categories. Now one is the external and the internal. Now the external aspect is talking about partnership from the Gambia College with the outside world. Okay. Yes. Now the other thing is things that are happening in the classroom, and also things that are happening within the college, but not in the classroom. Now the things that are happening outside the college is the partnership with JALLOW, so that usually at the Gambia College we have excursion. Students do go for excursion. Sometimes, even last time they went to Guinea-Bissau, sometimes Dakar, sometimes within the Gambia. So they need fuel. Yes. Okay, and then what we want is to have partnership with JALLOW. At least the fuel price will be low for Gambia College students. Now the other thing is we also want to talk to the Gambia Transport Company, so that they will help us with buses if we are going for excursion. So that the price for the buses will be low for Gambia College students. And also, we also want to have a dialogue with the Brikama Health Center. Yes, so that Gambia College students will donate blood voluntarily. It's not a force. Yes. Okay, so and in turn, the Gambia College students will have free medication at the health center, provided that they tender their identity card. I'm a regular blood donor. I donate blood every 4 months. Yes, so that's why I also encourage people to be regular blood donors. It really helps. Yes. Now the other thing is inside the classroom. In the classroom, we realize that some of the lecturers are selling lecture materials. They sell their lecture materials. Now what they will do is they will put their assignment inside the book and ask them to buy the book. Now if you buy the book, you will do the assignment. But if you don't buy this book, no assignment for you. And no if there is no assignment for you, meaning there is no mark for you. Exactly. So these are one of the things that I said I have to stand and fight for. Okay, because I spoke to some of the administration issues, administration at the college, but what they told us is lecturers are not entitled to sell lecture materials. They should provide them. Oh, yeah. They will give us the copy, we go and photocopy instead of them selling and having benefit from it. Now the other thing is the classroom size. In the Gambia college, classroom size is too much and it's disturbing people. Okay, and the other thing that happens in the classroom is after exam, students will not know how well or bad they have performed because the mark will not be published. Yes, yes, and also at the end it will delay the issuing of attestation. Some people will stay at the college after graduation. They will still sit for 3 months waiting for their attestation. So which is also affecting Gambia college students and also the innocent children that are in the teaching field. Okay. Now the other thing we have within the college campus is water issue. In the Gambia college, water is a problem. Okay, and what we believe is water. You cannot be healthy without water. Exactly. Yes, and I believe is healthy mind is found in a healthy body, and healthy body is found in a healthy environment. Okay, if there is no water, you will not be able to clean yourself. Sometimes you go to the toilet, you find it very difficult to clean yourself. Sanitary materials are not there. You go to the toilet, no soap for you to wash your hand. Okay, these are all things that I deem necessary to stand and fight for students, because they are very important. The other thing is we have dormitory at the college and also the School of Nursing, Banjul. Yes, we also realize that some of the final year students, like meaning students that have already graduated, and also some students are in the teaching field, but they are still occupying dormitory at the college. Okay, so to me, and also to the constitution of the Gambia College Student Union says that they should give priority to students that are attending lectures at the college. Those people should not stay there. Exactly. Okay, so these are one of the things that I said I have to stand and then fight for. Last time I went to the School of Nursing, Banjul, what they told me was medical students are still in their dormitories. Students that are attending university, they are still in the college dormitory, and some of them they don't have place to stay in the town. So these are one of the things that I said I have to stand and then help myself, not only the students, but because the problem affecting the students are also affecting me as well. Exactly. Yes. So these are few things that I deem necessary, or that encourage me to participate in the Gambia College Student Leadership.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jallow. Yeah. And Mr. Mbalo, what are some of your slogans as an aspiring president?
I have one single slogan, and that is your vote, my work. Exactly. Yes. Your vote our work rather, because it is a collective issue that an individual need to do. So if we are to do this, we have to consult the students. So we are saying our slogan is their work, our work. Their vote, our work. So this is what we are saying. So if they want us to work, let them vote for us. If we are in office, we will solely work with them in hand and glove to make sure they achieve what they want. That is our slogan.
Good, that's a great slogan. So what are some of your policies as well?
There are so many policies that we have, but like we cannot discuss all of them here, maybe due to time, but we can be able to discuss the major ones that we have. Among those policies, I will start up like setting up a committee, or a council sort of, I may call it. Every elected individual, every person who is elected into office, into the Gambia College Student Union, you need to set your own council. But this council that I am going to set is going to be the council that is going to represent the whole institution, not only an individual who is going to be elected. This council is going to comprise of people from different schools. Like today, if we are to count the schools that we have in the Gambia College, we have the School of Education, we have the School of Nursing that is in Banjul, referred to as School of RM. You have School of Agric and School of Public Health. So this council is going to have representative from all these 4 sister schools, and at the end of every academic year, or not, rather at the end of every trimester, we will try and have durational splitting, even if it is going to be in every trimester 2 or 3 times. Now we will make sure we have suggestion box. You know, if you go to these institutions or organizations, we have what we refer to as suggestion box. Exactly. So like, if these people are to come for their durational splitting that we are to held during our tenure, we will make sure we will invite the whole public, that is those students that are within the Gambia College. We will let them know that our meeting is scheduled on this day. Whosoever have anything to say, you can go and write this letter and put it in the suggestion box.
Exactly.
Then this council, when they are coming for the meeting, they will bring in those problems that were put in the suggestion box. Then when they are there, we will open and see. If we know we cannot solve it at our own level as a union, then we will forward the matter to the administration and make sure we solve it. That is not only one, but we believe setting up as a council can can help us attain some of these objectives. So another one is like, if you talked about the grading, the mark issue today in the Gambia College, I believe it's because of the mark issue. That is why most of the students today will have to change the goodwill name of the institution from the Gambia College to Gambia College. And even during your orientation day, the new intakes, always when you go there for orientation, the first thing, immediately after prayers, the first thing that the lecturers will make very clear to you is like, Jamu Gambia College. That's what they will tell you.
Exactly.
But I am ready to eradicate that name. I am ready to regain the name of the institution from the Gambia College back to the Gambia College with my policies. So in doing so, we have this mark issue, and this mark issue is contributing to the failures of some of these students. And it is now like a channel sort of, like a network sort of. It is something that is in the process. It has to repeat every year, and year is repeating. So it is a mistake that we are seeing, and still we are unable to rectify that mistake. How are we going to rectify this mistake? This council or commission that we are talking about, they are the people that are going to concentrate on those things. Now, the lecturers are saying, if you go to other tertiary institutions, immediately after exams, marks are usually released to students. Now, why not the Gambia College, which is a very famous institution, and it is among those first institutions, tertiary institutions, that were established in
this is one of the oldest institutions.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
So this council will be responsible for that, to make sure there is no delayance of these attestations issue and certificates issue. We will make sure all students have their marks intact, so that before they graduate, they will be able to be given their attestations before their certificates. Looking at the population that we have in the Gambia College is too much. Like in the college, if you go, there are some students that have their lectures in the general course, in the halls, and some have it in these normal classrooms. Like you have a campus called Bajankoto, you have a campus that is called MRC. But still, those classrooms are just very small classrooms. But you see sometimes in the timetable, there are certain general courses that are offered in those small classrooms. You go and you will find the classroom very congested. Exactly. The lecturer himself will find it very difficult to find a place where to stand. So now what can we do? We are saying, let all these general courses be referred back to the halls that we have in the school. Exactly. If we are doing that, we would be able to accommodate many students to attend those general courses, because those general courses are general requirements that one needs to do. As long as you are enrolled, like let's say in the School of Education, you have to do all those general courses. Now looking at those general courses, sometimes one general course you go per semester, you find up to around 100 or 100 plus students doing that general course. Do you think we will be able to fit in that class that has just around 30 or 25 chairs? We wouldn't be able to. So now my policies, I am saying we would make sure all those general courses are offered in the halls. And currently as we speak, the halls we are also suffering. We have some problems there. And I believe it is not the responsibility of the administration to solve some of those problems, but the student union, it is their responsibility. Okay. The halls are very big, they are mighty. The students are paying their dues, that is the student dues. But these dues are not returned back to the students. Because at the end of the day, when a lecturer stand up there trying to speak, some of these students find it very difficult to get what the lecturer is saying. Because these halls are, you don't even talk about 5 meters. Like the main hall, you measure around 10 meters. There are students who are standing far away. Some of them will never even have seats. Now, how can they be able to communicate with the lecturer without correct PA systems? We need to have speakers that should be based in that hall to make sure, whensoever we have lecturers can be able to use those ones to communicate to the students. Before it was there, but not long ago, during the last trimester, myself, I was there. When we asked this thing to the FTA president, to the Student Teachers Association, that is Lamin Fati, he was saying they have to go back to the admin to discuss that. So when they discussed on those issues, it was like the admin was saying, they refer them to the procurement office, and those people are yet to approve the budget. I was saying, wow, it's a surprise. Because what we need to do as a union, let us do this. Let us not leave everything in the hands of the administration. So I believe with that one we can be able to. And looking at the 4 sister schools, it's like the powers are all centralized at the Brikama campus. And I am not happy with that. I am not happy with that. We're supposed to decentralize powers. Today, if you go to the school of nursing, that is RN in Banjul, even their clearance, they have to move from Banjul to Birkama here for them to come for their clearance if they pay their tuition fee. They have to be cleared in Birkama.
In Birkama.
Oh yes, and there is only one lecturer who is responsible for that clearance office, that is Mr. Maxwell. But nowadays things are now changing because there are some who are attached to him. Now the work is becoming easy for him. But I would have preferred it this way. My policies are saying, you know, why not we have somebody like Mr. Maxwell in that school too, that is RN. Before that, this person will be moving from
Banjul down to Birkama.
Oh yes. If you look at the statistics that the Gambia College is admitting every day, every yearly rather, is too much. The one person cannot be able to control all that. The School of Education alone, their population is too much. So before that person will be done with education, go to Agric and so many other schools, then move to that place. Sometimes it takes time. There are some of these students that are not attended to. So they have to again come back during their lecture time. They have to leave their lecture time and go back to the college to make sure they are being clear. So all those ones are problems that we are facing there. So the School of RN that is in Banjul, the nursing, these are not the only problems that they are facing there too. We have so many of these problems like transport issue, and I believe as of now is the best time for the IEC to capitalize and we held this election as soon as possible. Because this is a crucial time that we are in. And if we should knock at the doors of any public institution, especially the government, they will answer to us because we are facing the parliamentary election. Anything that we ask from the government, they are ready to serve us. The university did it. And it worked during the presidential election. When the presidential election was approaching, the university did it.
Exactly.
And they were granted with their bosses. It is the number of students in the university more than the number of students in the Gambia College. The Gambia College is far populated than the university. So if they are fear that they may lose votes in the university, then how about the Gambia College? During this crucial time, I believe if we should knock at the doors of the president to give us something at this moment, whosoever is being elected, we will surely get what we want from the president because he will deem it very necessary that we have more than 13,000 students who are from this institution. So at the end of the day, we will be able to get what we want from him. Dormitory, at the side of the dormitory, those living in the dormitory, especially in Birkama here, our security is still now lagging. As of now, as we speak, there is this student who was once a student at the college there. This person is still now on his court case because he was a thief. This man was having a key that he used to open these doors. Those who are living in the dormitory can be able to attest to that. Why don't we find some of these securities to come there at night? Let them not only stop at manning the gates of the school, but let them also go further, distribute these securities to sometimes man the gates of the
dormitories as well. Exactly.
So they have seen it. Today that person is going to court, and still there is no measure that is taken to reduce that theft in the Gambia College, that theft issue. So we need to take measures. I believe we can be able to attend all these things through dialogue with the administration. Yes, these are just some of
the policies.
We also have other issues that we address also in our team, and that is, in the Gambia College, students are forced. I can say they are forced to pay tuition fee. They are forced to pay internet fee. They are also forced to pay medical fee. In the Gambia College, there is a private medical clinic. Yes, all the students will pay. Last year it was $300, and I believe this year they have increased to $400 to $500.
Is that yearly payment or to
yearly payment? Yes. So it's a force. Everybody must pay, whether you are sick or you are not sick, whether you will be sick or not, but you must pay that amount. And for me, these are things that should be voluntarily. Students should be allowed to pay voluntarily for medical fee. You cannot just say students, all the students have to pay this amount of fee by force. Now, if you go to the internet fee, everybody will pay $1,000 is internet fee, and not everyone is connected or benefiting from the internet at the Gambia College. Okay, and those that are benefiting also, they always complain about the poor network that they are facing. So these are also things that I deem necessary. I should step in and then fight for myself and the students that I just mentioned right now. That is the internet fee and also medical fee. Yes, they are one of the things that are really stopping students. They are not benefiting using the internet, and also the medical fee. They are also benefiting. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes. So and it's a force. You must pay. Now the other thing is this tuition fee. In the Gambia College last year, our batch, we were asked to pay $6,000 to start, that is registration.
Registration.
Yes, but we were promised that if we get sponsored, then we will be refunded.
Yeah.
So fortunately, it was the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education sponsored us. Okay, so but the issue of refunding, you cannot hear it now. Okay, and inshallah, if we are elected in office, if I'm elected in office, inshallah, I will work to work that so that all those that are under sponsor should be refunded their money.
Exactly.
Okay, you know, the college was also complaining that the ministry did not pay our tuition fee, but that is left to them and the ministry, not us. But we have already paid our money, 6,000. So, and then our list is under the scholarships, and college also approve it. So in that regard, they should refund us. Okay, so meaning those that paid 6,000 will be refunded, and the internet fee also should be stopped. Internet fee, or they provide a good internet for the Gambia college students. The medical fee also should be stopped, or they should make it voluntarily. Let students go and pay voluntarily, but it should not be forced.
I am sorry for interjecting, but I have to oppose one of his statements, and the other one I have to support it.
Okay.
The one that I have to oppose is the medical fee. The medical fee is required by all tertiary institutions. So it's like it is mandatory upon all tertiary institutions to have a clinic in the institutions or organizations.
Exactly.
Now it is a responsibility of that institution to make sure they have the right or the needful in that clinic. Now what I am saying is, like, let us eradicate what we mean by optional. It cannot be optional. All students have to pay for it as long as it is mandatory upon all tertiary institutions in the Gambia here. Yes, there is this organization is it QR? No, I forget the name of the organization, but I will make findings.
Yeah, I think if it is like that,
excuse me,
then the government should provide clinic for the Gambia college instead of allowing private people to come to the college and investing money on students, using students. That has to stop, and that is not appropriate.
Can you speak one?
Yes. What I'm saying now, excuse me, just let me finish my point. What I was saying, like, this other one is mandatory upon all students, but like the amount is just getting higher and higher. We can be able to negotiate for the amount, but we cannot negotiate it to go free like that. No student will pay, no, or optional. That one is mandatory upon all tertiary institutions, but we can be able to negotiate in for the amount, because imagine he just made mention last year it was how much 300, but this year it is going to 500. So next year how much are we expecting? 1,000.
Perhaps
the following year perhaps 10,000. So we can be able to negotiate for them to reduce it, because not all students are benefiting from that. If you look at that place, even that is a clinic, usually they open by 8 and close by 4 official working hours, and there are people living in the dormitory. Are those people not paying their medical fees? If they fall sick, where are they supposed to report? It's at that place. But sometimes at night they have to take themselves all the way to become a health center. That place should be 24-hour service. And I believe we should even do this. Like the best students that we have, the Gambia College is an institution that is responsible for recruiting people in different fields and categories. Now we have a school called School of Nursing, that is the RN students. They are the people responsible for these health issues, and School of Public Health. Now before we go and employ any other person, the university is doing, the best students are usually given employment opportunity in certain sectors. Now we already have these sectors in the institution. Now why can't we recruit the best students that we have in those sectors? Like if you talk of the School of RN, let us take maybe 3 best students and bring them in. Let us be paying them very good salaries. There is the garden, School of Agri. They can be able to, if you look at the garden, it's being controlled by lecturers, and those lecturers cannot be able to do that. Sometimes some of these lecturers in School of Agri have to fail their lectures or don't have to attend their lectures simply because of some of the programs that they have at the garden. But if we have students, let the best students sometimes be posted into these areas where they will also be able to get admission of their own. Where they will be able to get employment for themselves.
So now we cannot tell all your policies.
Exactly.
Yeah, for
sure. Just some of your policies.
It's for sure.
So now, as an aspiring candidate for presidency, some of these loopholes you have already identified. How do you expect to tackle them if you are elected president?
Tackling these ones, I believe, is easy. When I started here, I made mention among my main policies is like setting up a council or a commission.
Okay.
And I believe with this council or a commission, most of these ones will be able to be tackled. And in doing so, I also made mention of a dialogue. It's all about dialogue with the administration. Those people sitting at the administration are human beings like us. They can be able to understand each other like the way we are communicating here.
Exactly.
Sometimes a dialogue, we just have to go harder and it becomes soft. We have to do the needful.
Exactly.
We can dialogue with them to make sure we tackle those things. Like we made mention of the internet fee or the medical bill. For that of the internet fee, I will support him on that. Like it was proposed by we the students and we get it. But for that of the medical fee, it's by force. But still now we can be able to go to the administration and dialogue after whether they will be able to reduce the price for the students. Because not all of them are enjoying. At the end of the day, that clinic is not even 24/7. If you go to some students and ask them whether do they even know the place, they will tell you we don't even know whether there is a clinic in the school, and they are paying for that. So sometimes we have to do all those things. We can be able to attend all these things through the council that is going to be set and the executives that are going to be elected by the students.
Exactly. In my team, what we believe there is, since as you said, tertiary institutions are mandated to have clinic within their campus. Then I said that should be done by the government, not by allowing private individual to come to the college and use students as earning tools. Okay, and also imposing levies on them. Like just look at the $300. Well, now this year is $500. By force, you must pay them. And if you go to the health center now, you just buy a ticket, maybe $25 and have your things. Exactly. But now buying that's using force, because this is a force. You are using the office to impose that on students. By force, they should pay medical fee. If they have to pay medical fee, that is not correct. For me, it's not correct, because that person there is a private individual. The government should put a clinic there, at least 1 or 2 nurses there, and they should be paid their salaries. But not saying students have to pay that amount of money. For me, that is not correct.
Is that private individual from the college?
He was a lecturer. Sorry, he was, according to him, during our orientation last year, he was in the college, but after he got chance to travel to Germany and then have some training there, then come back with his project. Okay, according to him, they have different clinics in the country. Okay. Yes. So he said since he was one time working in the Gambia College, then that is why he brought it into the Gambia College. But bringing that into the Gambia College, you are also using Gambia College as an earning tool. Exactly. Okay, and that for me, that is not correct. Like just last month, I went there to donate blood at the clinic because I went there to see how things are working. But he told me that we don't have the equipment here, so you cannot donate blood here. So I have to go to Brigham Health Center and do the donation there. Yes. So let the government or the administration. What we will do is to talk to the administration. We don't want students to be paying medical fee $300 by force. It should be voluntarily, or see the government, Ministry of Health, and have 2 nurses here that will be working here, and they will be paid salary. Not students. Students should not pay. They will not be paying those people their salaries. But it should be paid by the government, not students.
I am saying the best students that have graduated from the School of Art, Nursing and Public Health, before giving them to other sectors, why can't we empower our own students that we have recruited? Like for instance, this is in 2022. If we have students who graduate in that place, they are going to be posted in different health centers. And
I think we are all at the same point. You know what? What is there is like Gambia College. You're gonna say Gambia College student should pay this amount of money for you to pay somebody's salary. That is out of it. You know what they should do is,
I think it is not right to make it mandatory to all students to pay.
By force, exactly. By force. Yes.
So long the clinic is not a government.
It's not a government.
So long it is a
private
clinic,
yes.
It should not be mandatory for all students to pay.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my point. Exactly. And if they don't want it to be, if they still now, they can make an arrangement with the government. Let them, because the Gambia College comprises 4 schools. Exactly. School of Nursing is there. Let them post at least 2 people there.
Exactly. And by another aspiring president candidate, who is a female for this time. So, Madam, can you introduce yourself?
Thank you very much. Good evening, my fellow students and viewers. I am Fatou M. Yafa, an aspiring candidate for Team Revolutionists, under the ticket aspiring candidate for Team Revolutionists for the upcoming election under Gambia College Students Union. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Ms. Yafa. Ms. Yafa, as an aspiring candidate, what are some of your slogans that you put forward?
Thank you very much. Our slogan, I think, is one of the most famous slogans in the Gambia College, and that is, students' voice must be heard. And we are stating that in any slogan that you are seeing by my opponents, we believe that the most important thing that each and every one of us that are sitting here today wants to do is to serve the best interest of the students. And in serving the best interest of the students is to make their voice to be heard. That's why we came up with this slogan that we want the voice of the students to be heard. But we are saying this, the voice of the students cannot be heard if us are not united as students. And this is our number one principle, and this is what we keep advocating for. We want to unite the Gambia College students. We want them to speak one voice in order for our voice to be heard. I heard them talking about a lot of problems that Gambia College students are facing with regards to math issues, with regards to the clinic, student paying tuition fee, and they have been sponsored, but they are not refunded back. And medical fee, they pay their $300, now students are paying $500, but they are not getting the quality that they deserve.
Yeah.
But we are saying all those problems cannot be solved if us, the students, we are not united. And unity we stand, and divided we fall. And I think the reason why we were not able to, or the past executive or the outgoing executive and the other executive that are not able to solve all these problems, because these problems have been in the Gambia College for more than a decade. But the reason why they were not able to solve those problems is because that they were not able to unite us. And this is what we are advocating for. We are advocating for unity, us coming together, speaking one voice. As the Gambia College slogan said, one Gambia College, one student, one voice. And this is what we stand for.
It is such a great slogan.
Yeah.
So, what are some of your policies as well? The policies you brought forward?
We have a lot of policies that the Team Revolutionist wants to do for the Gambia College students, and they are doing for the Gambia College students, and they want to do for the Gambia College students. If you look at currently, we have a lot of policy. Just this last Friday, one of our policy is being implemented. Because we are a team that is not waiting for students to vote us in office, but we are a team that go outside there, lobby for projects, expose Gambia College students, negotiate with people to come and build the capacity of the Gambia College students. Last Friday we had a training or a capacity building with one foundation, that is the Girls Pride Foundation, in collaboration with the Gambia College Students Union Gender Ministry, to because I am part and parcel of that foundation, to build the capacity of young girls that are living in the dormitory, because we have seen that sanitation is a problem, more especially within the girls' domain. We feel that the use of menstruation is an issue for many girls, and they get infected with certain diseases in the dormitory. You are living with people that are in the dormitory, and then you are using the same toilet. Most of them have been, they face these challenges. So we see it to it that it is very important for their health to be their priority, because you cannot be serving a student that health condition is an issue. So what we did is we had a collaboration with them, and then involve the student union, because we believe that we are a team. But the student union had the final say. The gender ministry was involved in it, and last Friday we were able to train more than 200 girls on the use of sanitary pads, and sanitary pads also were being given to the girls free, that they can use for more than 2 years. And also in our policy, we also talk about building the capacity of Gambia College students. One thing that we believe is that Gambia College is the backbone of this country. They produce agriculturists, they produce teachers, they produce nurses and public health officers. But one thing that these people are lacking is that their capacities are not built. When we talk about the capacity are not built, we only depend on what we learn in the four corners of the classroom. And that's why we said that. And these 4 sister schools that you are seeing, most of them embark on research work. That is project, School of Education call it a project writing. You go to School of Agriculture, they talk about project writing. School of Agriculture also, Public Health, they do project writing. And then School of Nursing also do project writing. We said this, students find it very difficult. Sometimes you will see a student writing, the person will write or claim to write a project. If you ask the person to come and defend the project, will not be able to defend the project because the person doesn't know what is project. The only thing that you can do, because you want to pass exams, you have to go outside and make people to help, or ask people to come and help you, to come and do that research work or that project work. But we don't want people just to get the quantity of, yes, we graduated from the Gambia College, but the quality is something that is very important. That's why we want to expose Gambia College students on research work. And I will tell you this, the Team Revolutionists already have a partnership with one international research foundation. That is the International Research Foundation trainers. I was fortunate to be part of the Global Youth Parliament members that represent the Gambia at the Global Youth Summit in November from 14 to 21st in Kathmandu in Nepal. When I went there, we brought the Best Country Award from out of 78 countries. Gambia were fortunate to be part of the first country. We got that Global Youth Leadership Award. And then I was part of the 4 people, or among the people that were honored and been recognized as a global youth leader and been awarded. So when I went there, I met with this foundation because there are different organizations that comes together to do this awarding. I discussed this with the Global Youth International Research Foundation. I told them my institution, where I comes from. I don't want only to go and represent the Gambia. I know if I represent the Gambia, I represent the entire nation. But my institution that is inculcating knowledge in me also is something that I need to prioritize it. I discussed with this foundation. They also already the memorandum of understanding. Gambia College already exhausted all the procedures that they have to exhaust. Now it is sent to the main office in India for them also to do their final processing. Then they will return it back to us. Then the project started. And I will tell you, I will not just say it because we want to have that project with you. But it is going to be implemented because I serve as the vice president of the Gambian chapter, meaning that anything that they say charity begins at home. Before I take it to outside or other institutions, it starts from the Gambia College here. We also have other, they talk about the health sector. Currently in my council or in my team, what we believe is that capacity building, we don't joke with it. My brother made mention of it. We have nurses in our mix. We are not saying that those people have to be graduated, you understand, in order for them to come and serve the institution. We are saying when you are learning something, you have to practicalize it. What you are learning in the classrooms needs to be practicalized. With the whole day you are learning something. And I will tell you this, the constitutions have a ministry, that is the health ministry, that is the Ministry of Health. And in the Gambia College Constitution, we have Minister 1, Health Minister 1, and Health Minister 2. That is one from the School of Public Health, and the other one from the School of Nursing. Now, those people, we will use them. When you serve as a health minister in the GCSU, you don't need to be paid for it because this is a voluntary work. All what you need to do is that you, as the health minister, the constitution gives you a mandate to have 8-man committee that have a knowledge in the health sector. You bring those 8-man committee. We build their capacity. We make partnership outside because we already have a sick bay. That is where the health minister and his committee members work. Now we already have a clinic. We cannot say that we want to entirely take ownership of that clinic. It is built by somebody, it is owned by somebody. But our ministry, that is the health ministry and his committee, can go there and serve the interest of the people, interest of the students that vote them into office by building their capacity, providing the needful resources. We also talk about the dormitory. I live in the dormitory for, I can say this is my 5th year living in the dormitory. There is nobody or no candidate in our mix that will talk about the dormitory, that knows the dormitory more than I do. But one thing that we need in the dormitory is security. And I've seen that I personally take that responsibility when I was in fact not in my first year, because there was a scenario that happened last year when I was in my first year. Somebody attacked, used the girls' dormitory and was threatening the girls us in the dormitory at night. But what we did is that we went to the principal. We told the principal, at least we know that the dormitory, what we are paying, is like, it is just a token. But our security is something that is very important. And today, through that interventions, that is the people living in the dormitory, which I was included, we went to the principal. We couldn't bring security officers to come, that is the responsibility. But what we can tell the administration is that our security is something that is very important. The school has its own security. If you reach at the dormitory by 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, you will see more than 5 gentlemen sitting in the dormitory to guard the dormitory. That is the reason why now you will see that a lot of thieves have been caught in the dormitory. It happens, in fact, just last week, a lady that usually keeps stealing people's bags when they went out for prayers or when they go to the masjid for prayers and all those things. What happened is that the lady would just come and pick the bags and go. Just last week, that is on a day before our sport day, that is on, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, the lady was caught, and that person was a very young person. Somebody who was in fact a Gambia college student, using his studentship to come to the college and steal people, whereas one of the students, $50,000 was stolen. But we took that drastic measures. People living in the dormitory. One thing that our team believes and I believe is that we don't wait people to vote us in office. Make an impact in the life of the people in order for them to have that trust. Because there are 3 things as a leader. Trustworthy, truthfulness, and honesty is very important. And I will come to trustworthy. You cannot make people to trust you if you don't do something for them to see it. This is what we believe in. And capacity building, we don't joke with it in our teams. And mark issues that my brothers also elaborate more on that students in all the 4 sister schools that they are facing with regards to mark issues. I will come before I forget about what my brother made mention of. That is the School of Ireland, where he said dormitories are finding it difficult for because the Gambia college students, their campus is being occupied by the University of the Gambia students. I will tell you this. My brother, you need to, one thing that I believe as a leader, if you want to lead people, you need to know the people that you are leading with, know their problems. And the problem is already being identified. But the Ministry of Higher Education already give an instruction to the Gambia College administration, both in the Gambia College here and then at the Banyan campus, to order those students to leave. They are on negotiation. And that is the Maslaha syndrome that we are living in. This Maslaha syndrome of, okay, let's negotiate this, you allow us to stay. This is the problem that the Banyan students are facing. The ministry already, that is the higher education ministry, already take a bold step. Gambia College administration take a bold step. The only thing that is left is the student union to reinforce that. Because they already ordered the University of the Gambia Dean for Medical Medicine to order their students to leave the dormitory for the Gambia College students. But there is this Maslaha syndrome that negotiation is on. So the only thing that is left is the student union to come and take a bold step of it and ask them that we are not asking you to leave, but our students need to occupy first if there is a space for you people to be in. And I will come back to the mark issues that there. In my council, one belief that I have is I will tell you, I serve as the president of the PTC committee. That is, this committee fights the rights of the PTC, or they serve the interests of the PTC students. I served as the vice president in 2017, and 2018 I served as the president. If you see, I went through elections in 2017, I won, and then go through elections in 2018 and won. It's because the students have that trust and confidence in me. And it's the same students that still have that trust and confidence in me that I can still lead them to make Gambia College great again. So in doing that, the mark issue that we are trying to talk about here is that my council identified that we have a problem. All the 4 sister schools are having a problem. That is mark issue. How best can we solve this problem now? The problem is already been identified. Now is to create. What my brother said is to establish a council. There is already a council that is already been established. That is the education ministry. The education ministry is already established and is a constitutional mandated ministry that is giving Gambia College students to man. The only thing that we have to do is the president serves as the representative of the students at the governing council. And in that governing council, they are the people that look at the welfare of the entire Gambia College, both students, administrations, and other staffs of the Gambia College, both Basse, Gambia College, Birkama, and then Banjul. So what we need to do in my council, we identify this problem. We come to conclusion, these math issues cannot be solved if we don't have an office that will be responsible for maths, purposely for maths. And that cannot be, because my math issue, I am a student, he is a student. I cannot say my fellow students will come and take care of my math issue. But if we can have the admission office in the Gambia College, that is manned by qualified people that get experience from that end. And then we can have the office of the registry. We can have other offices. In fact, we have procurement, quality assurance unit. Why not we have a mark unit or an office that will be created purposely for students' marks to be submitted in that office. And then those people will be responsible in collaboration with the IT department of the Gambia College, working tirelessly with the GCSU, Gambia College Students Union, Education Ministry, to make students mark, lecturers to release mark immediately after exams to that office. So nobody will go and complain to departments, nobody will go and complain to particular lecturers, but people will go directly to that mark department, and they will upload your marks directly, because they don't have any other work to do, is to upload. The Gambia College is over 15,000 people, you understand? But if those people's responsibility is in fact a huge responsibility to upload students' marks on their portal. Currently, in 6 months ago, us or 5 months ago, the year once we were here, I and him, we were involved in it, that we said, when they asked us to pay our medical fee, we said we are not going to, the medical fee, and they asked us to we have to clear ourselves, clearance paper when you are going for exams. We said we don't need the clearance paper because, and we are not going to pay the medical fee because we don't see any, we are not going to benefit from it. But what happened when the students come together, we said this, the administration realized that, we told them we want our marks to be released if you want us to do this. You see the power of students. That's why I made mention of unity and unionism. Because in unionism, that is the only way to solve all those problems. Now this mark issue, this mark committee or mark office will be responsible, because Gambia College, each and every Gambia College student that you see is having a portal, whereas your marks, your payments, all of it should be uploaded in that page, in that portal. So you don't need to go anywhere. If you go to the bank, you pay. The only thing that you go to your portal, you just upload your receipt, and then it's okay. You don't need to go and then make lines or go to this particular office and this one. And that mark issue should be, that mark office is purposely. And if I come, I am voted into office as the president, this is the #1 priority that we are going to put into consideration, to make Gambia College to have a mark office that will be responsible for their affairs. Their responsibility is purposely for students' mark to be uploaded on their portal. You print out your transcript, immediately you are done with your program.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jaffa, for that wonderful. So what motivates you? Like, you are the only girl aspiring for the position of presidency. What motivates you?
Thank you very much. The reason that motivated me, I would say, is Gambia College at large, both the students, and that motivated me to, because they have been motivating me in anything that I achieve right now. I always said I am grateful to Gambia College since 2015, because anything that I achieve in this country, anything that I achieve as patriarch, anything that I am, if I am able to sit down here and tell you this and this and this, is because of Gambia College. Gambia College students motivated me. Before a few months ago, I was like, let me empower people to come and stand for presidency. I will empower them, because I will tell you this. I serve as an advisor to the current president of the board, GCSU, the Students' Union, and School of Education president. And anytime, in fact, people thought that I am part and parcel of the executive. No, because I love the Gambia College. I have the Gambia College at heart. That I cannot allow leaders that will occupy that office that would not serve the interests of the students, but they will serve the interest. That is the reason Gambia College students motivated me. And also I believe that if I am into that office, I will be able to do something that no none of my fellow contestants will be able to do, because I understand Gambia College, I know Gambia College, and I know the problems of the Gambia College. That motivated me to also to contest for president. Being a female doesn't matter. I've been a female. I set records in the Gambia College when I served as the president of the PTC committee. In fact, I will tell you this. I was the first student in the history of the Gambia College. You see, being awarded as the best leadership award in 2018.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
One problem.
Mr. Mbalo,
Yes.
what previous experience qualify you to be a president, to be aspiring the president? What previous experience?
There are so many previous experiences that I have that today motivated
Just
me to
briefly,
go.
just briefly.
Yeah. Initially, when I started schooling, I started my schooling career in Pakaliba Basic Cycle School. That is where I sat for my Gabesi, and during which my grade 9 I was the head boy to that particular school. That was in academic year 2015-2016. Yes, I was the head boy to that place. Then when I moved into Mindao Senior Secondary School, I was also lucky to be the head of that is the president to the Commerce Club in Mindao Senior Secondary School. Along with I was also class prefect. So looking at Mindao, I was the head to that to the Commerce Club twice, because the Commerce Club was initiated when we were in grade 11. Then my seniors were there, but they were never given the opportunity to lead, simply because of my committed, how I was committed to the work. We went in for we went in for election. Then I was saying I will vie in for the position of the vice president. That was what I was saying. But there were these teachers that were saying, no, it has to be open. If you want to be the president, even if you are in grade 10, you can go. When I then go, I was lucky to be elected by the students to be the president of the Commerce Club in grade 10. 11 rather. When we went to grade 12, the same thing repeated itself. So meaning students wanted me always to lead them. So still, I know those that are watching us, those who are from Mindao and other places, because I was also part of our Mindao's debate committee, where I usually...
Yes, Mr. Jallow, what are some of your previous experience that qualify you to the position?
Yes, before I would say that, I would like to just a brief explanation on her points here. Okay. You know, she was one time an executive at the Gambia College. I have one doubt, I have one question in me, and that is telling me she was a leader, student leader, and also this current executive is the advisor of the president. But what doubt me, still now those problems are happening, still now. From, as he said, since 2015 up to date, those problems are still happening at the Gambia College. So this is a problem.
So he's currently an advisor?
Yes, he's currently advisor of the president, current president. And also, according to her 2015 onwards, she was also a president and also, I think, education minister, as you said. So she was an executive member, I can say. Okay. And secondly, she's an advisor of the president right now. So, but this problem are still there. That is my question.
But perhaps she is waiting for her position.
No, at least, you see, at least the problem should have been solved. This problem should have been solved. Okay? Honestly, I will assure the Gambia College students that if they vote me in office, honestly, inshallah, I will solve their problems. Now, the things that
qualifies you.
Yes. You know, in the Ministry of Basic, I was trained, as I was a trained teacher, but before I was an UQ, on-trained teacher. That was 2013. Then from 2014 to 17, I was a TT at the Gambia College at PDC. So usually we have training with feature in our hand and sometimes action aid. And also, someone will come to the school, observe us, and those people also will come to the school and observe us. They observe where we are doing the work up to expectation. So they realized that I was doing the work up to expectation. So that is why I was chosen as a cluster trainer. Not because they know me, or not because as some people say, I just dress nicely. No, but it's because of what I can do in the classroom. So I was selected as a cluster trainer, and I was trained by the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education to train teachers now. So now I have to work in the classroom and also outside training teachers that are going in the classroom. So that leads me again to be a deputy head teacher for 2 years. And also, it also led me to be an active head teacher for 3 months. So, and finally, I find myself at the Gambia College. So that tells you that I have leadership skills. So if the Gambia College students, we are looking for the right leader, I will really assure you and I will tell you that that leader is right in front of you.
Yes.
Some of your
I
qualities.
think, yes.
Just
I think
in brief.
Yes, in brief, but I think there is a lot of clarifications that he needs, and then I will give it to him. With regards to what he said, I will start it from when I was the president and then the vice president during PTC time. Now we don't have PTC, but the people that I was leading, if you see, I was awarded, in fact, by the students to give a leadership award is because that one of the best work that I have done for students, that is the issue, because we have more than 3 presidents that passed, they never get that award. But I was fortunate to have that award because of what I served them. What he is saying that they have been persistent. During our PTC time, you will finish your program, your exam today on Friday. Saturday, you are asked to come and for feedback, and your papers will be marked and give it to you the next day of that, the day that you finish your exams. Because I can remember when Badara Diouf, that is the Minister of Higher Education, came to the Gambia College in 2017, when lecturers were on sit-down strike, if you can remember. I stood in the midst of the ministers, in the midst of the permanent secretaries. I told them that this program that we are in is separated from all the students of the Gambia College. We are a sponsored program by the World Bank. Then our problem, the lecturers not being in office. I went up to as far as going on media, asking the teachers or lecturers to come back to the classroom for students to have an effective learning and release our marks. The very day that I did that was the day that our marks were released. I will tell you this, I don't know of other people's time in PTC, but when I was serving as the president, I and my council, we were able to fight the rights of the students. And what I am the current advisor to the president. As an advisor, you don't impose things on people. That in fact motivated me. I think I said it. It motivated me because there are a lot of lapses that students are facing, or student leaders. They cannot do all. You understand? Each and every leader that you see, you cannot do 100% in office. Even if he said that, or any of us said that, yes, I am going to serve 100% in the office, we were just saying that, but we cannot serve 100% in office because humans are not perfect. You cannot satisfy everyone. But I tried in my capacity. That's why I advocate for unionism. Anywhere that I go to, we make sure that we talk about unionism. This is the reason why, through me and the current president council of the Gambia College Students Union, I was able to introduce the students retreat, whereas all the 4 sister school students comes together, and on that day, if you go there, you will not distinguish who is from public and who is from agriculture, who is from education or RN, because we want to unify people. If we are united, we will be able to solve. That's why I said you need to identify the problem. In order, if you are identifying the problem, you have to be part and parcel of them in order for you to know the problem. Now we identify the problem. We know the problem. That's why I am asking you, the Gambia College student, to vote us in office. That is the entire team revolutionists, because the problem is already been identified. And we call you the students, not us to do the work at the office alone, because we know we cannot do the work at the office alone. But we come together, speak one voice, and do the work and face the problems that we are facing in order to tackle it. This is what we believe in.
Thank you very much. Mr. Mbalo, are you going to win? This is yes or no question. Are you going to win?
I will only stop at saying yes, but
yes or no question. Are you going to win?
1% yes.
Mr. Are you going to win?
Inshallah, I will win.
Mr. Mbalo, are you going to win?
I am telling you this, next 2 weeks, you can invite us here, Yafa, and the entire team revolutionists.
I cannot wait to invite you next
week. The way we do it last year, the way we do it, we are going to do it again, inshallah, because we are there for you. And the voice of the students must be heard. Victory is ours.
Thank you very much. And we have come to the end of the show. It is a nice show, definitely. I'm very happy to have you guys here. Thank you very much once again. So, viewers, we have come to the end of this show.